Hello guys, so in this video we will add the shapefiles we created in the previous video to ArcMap and start edit this data to create some data that we can use. Before we do that, I want to show you one thing. This 4 shapefiles we created, as you see here, each shapefile on ArcCatalog looks like one shapefile, but if we go to the folder location of this shapefile, we're gonna see that each shapefile contains several files to create this one shapefile on ArcCatalog and ArcMap. And just to let you know that if you're really interested and you want to know more, and I totally encourage you to do that, if you want to know more about this specific files, we have a website called wiki.gis.com, and this one is really helpful if you cannot find any information on online or by searching on Google. You can come to wiki.gis.com and simply type here shapefile in the search, and it's gonna show you all the information you need to know about shapefile. So you can read what shapefile is, and below here it will describe to you or tell you exactly what the shapefile is contained. So what exactly inside the shapefile and what each file that we see here is used for. So this is a really helpful tip just for you to, in case you're interested about something and you need to know more about it, you can just come here and search for anything you want to know. So let's go back right now to our catalog, and we are going to open ArcMap. And one of the ways to open ArcMap is you can actually open ArcMap right from our catalog. You click here. So after we open ArcMap, it's gonna ask us if we want to open any previous MXDs or not, so we're gonna say no. So now we have a brand new MXD that's not even saved yet. So in order for us to add the data we created or the shapefiles we created, there's different ways to do this. So we're gonna do this way right now. We're gonna add it from here. We're gonna click on this plus sign and we'll say add data. And we're going to add only the points right now, so we can see what is the other ways to add it. And we're gonna double click on this one. So we added the point layer or the ports layer, and now we're gonna see the other way to add it is by coming to the catalog tree here and open your folder location where you have this data, and you can just drag and drop each file separately right here. Also, the other way to do that is by right click here and say add data and add how many files you want. So now we added our 4 shapefiles we created earlier, and what we are going to do right now, because if we start editing we don't know where we are actually putting this data, so what we will do is add a base map. And the way to add a base map is coming here and say I want to add a base map, and you will have a lot of options to choose from. So right now we are just going to choose street map layer. So now we have our base map, and now we can zoom into a certain location where we will start draw our shapefiles. So the location I want you to zoom in, to California. It's in the west side of the United States, and zoom to Los Angeles, then zoom to Newport Beach, and zoom to Balboa Island. And our area of focus will be this area right here. So right now I have this area where we will draw our shapefiles. One of the tips that you need to do right now is to save this extent or this view as a bookmark. And bookmark is a way to help you really go to any place you were at very easy and by one click. So we're gonna create this bookmark, and call it Balboa Island, and we're gonna click OK. So now if I move to anywhere else on the map and I just want to go to where I was or my known areas, I'll just go to bookmarks and select this one. And just keep in mind that this bookmarks is saved per MXD. So every new MXD or every different MXD will have different bookmarks. So what we are going to do right now is start editing. So the way we do the editing for our shapefiles is by coming to this toolbar which is called editor toolbar. If you cannot find it, that's okay. You can just right click anywhere. So let me hide it for you right now. So maybe your ArcMap is like this right now. All what you need to do is right click and say show me editor. And now you have the editor toolbars, and you can actually drag it and drop it anywhere you want. You can even make it floating here. So we're gonna just put it right here on the top and select editor and say start editing. Now we enabled the editing for all the 4 shapefiles we have right here. But I cannot draw anything on the map right now because I need to select which layer I'm gonna start to draw. So the next thing you need to do is to go to Create Features tab on the right side here. And again, if you cannot find it, you can, let's say for example, you cannot find it on the right side, you can just come right here and click on the editor, say Editing Window, Show Create Features. And you can pin it from here so it's always pinned for you. Now it's going to always be in front of us, and that's exactly what we need. So right now we are going to start edit the ports, and the ports is just a point feature that we will start drawing it. And as you see, this Balboa Island is actually on the water, and there's small boat ports here. So the way we will represent these ports is by adding a point for each one of them. Now we finished drawing our points. The next thing we will draw is the street. And I'm gonna select from here, Create Features, I'm gonna select the streets. Now if you notice that whenever I select different kinds of shapefiles, this editing toolbar changes, because drawing a point is different than drawing a line, is different than drawing a polygon. And each type of shapefile or each type of data have a different way to draw it. So point is the easiest one because you just need to put a point. Streets will be a little bit complicated and you have more options. And we can start draw by coming here and start drawing like this. And one of the things that also keep in mind is it's better to always keep a vertex between the intersections when you are drawing. So between any intersection, between the streets, I will leave a vertex. And we will get to that later because we are going to use it in a different thing. So the next thing we will draw is the blocks. I'm not gonna go and draw all the blocks, but I'm just gonna draw only one block here. And to finish the drawing, you just double click. And as you see here, I cannot see the houses anymore. So in order for me to draw the houses, I need to see it. So the best way to do this is to just disable this one. So now I can see the houses and I can choose the houses and I start to draw the houses. I'm gonna draw all the houses inside this block. So now I finished drawing all the houses I have inside this block. So if I turn on to view this block again, I will see that I have the block and I have the houses, I have the streets, and I have the ports location. So you can do this for the entire area here just as a practice. And that's it for this video, to show you how to add shapefiles, how to add a base map, and how you can do the editing and how can you enable editing for each shapefile differently. In the next video we will see how can we add an actual attribute data to these features. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.